Hi, welcome back to Broken Reaction Game Review channel. It's your host, Broken Prodycal, and today is a special video. We're gonna do a review on a movie, which is Space Jam: New Legacy. Yeah, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get right into it. So, I'm not gonna be biased because Space Jam is a movie that most of my generation grew up on. MJ, the Looney Tunes, the whole nostalgia feel coming back. So, I'm gonna get right into it. So, the first time I watched it, I felt like, man, I ain't really feeling it. Also, HBO Max was having a lot of buffering issues. I don't know if anybody else suffered with that, but there was a lot of people trying to watch it. So, I don't know if the app was tripping. So later on, I watched it again with no buffering and just watching it from beginning to finish. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling the storytelling. You know, they explain, you kind of see the relationship between LeBron James and his character son, Dom, and why he doesn't want his son to really get into video games like that, because it was showed to him as a distraction as a kid before he had lost one of his games as a child. So after that, the commitment to just, having endurance and playing basketball became a big thing for him, and he was successful. Thus, we have King James. So he has his son who has pretty much the finer things. His son actually creates a video game and has a glitch when it does one of LeBron James' moves, I guess. But anyway, there's some tension between the two because the son feels like his dad really doesn't want to have fun with him or appreciate him for being himself. While LeBron James is, in the back of his mind, he's remembering a childhood experience of losing the game because he was so focused in the video game at that moment, or Game Boy. But and then after that, pretty much he goes to Warner Brother, and the algorithm of Warner Brother pretty much adopts his kid or kidnaps his kid after LeBron James says he doesn't like the pitch and or what have you. Basically, it was a pitch to get him in movies and replace a lot of the original characters and just have him here. Like, he thought it was a horrible idea. But anyway, not gonna spill it for people who haven't seen it. But so just what I think about the movie overall. After watching it the second time, I have to give you an honest review. I feel like if you watched it the first time, you gotta have so many crazy expectations that came out of nowhere because time has passed. So we like, it gotta be like this, and like that, and like this. And keep in mind, I've watched Space Jam within this year a couple times with my own kids, having in mind that a new one's coming. So I wanted to kind of introduce them to it, have them understand it. And so I look at them like, there's a lot of CG stuff in here that is cool. I like how they animated him into the cartoon world, and then they also reanimate the Looney Tunes to be more lifelike or brought to the reality realm. So it was pretty dope. Don Cheadle, he did his part as the antagonist and doing his thing as a villain. He had his act on. LeBron, I really wasn't looking for a lot of acting with LeBron. A lot of people are acting like he's supposed to go in and do a Leonardo DiCaprio type of acting, but I didn't have that in mind. I was like, he's a basketball player, so I just want to see him do some cool things. And he did. He did that. His acting was okay. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go there just to see him make me, ball. Like, man, that's good acting. I just wanted that fun experience, and I feel like they did deliver on it. The first time I watched it, I couldn't catch that vision until the last little bit because they dropped so many Easter eggs for kids or grown people now. For kids that were born in the 80s or grew up in the 90s or whatever, you saw everything. I'm talking about from Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, to the Gremlins. You saw these cameos with the Mask, and Superman, the Warners. You seen so many cameos that you were so busy the first time, like, yo, look at all these people. So the second time I watched it, I was a little bit more, I saw the cameos, but I was a little bit more engaged in the story, and I was able to connect. So I want to say it's pretty dope. Now, I've heard people who give reviews who haven't even seen the movie. So, man, it's trash, bro. It's trash. I ain't even seen it yet. And I feel like because they personally don't like LeBron James. Me, I'm not biased. You know, I feel like he's a cool dude. I like what he represents. But, you know, I'm not really big on basketball. I love the game of basketball, but I'm not big into watching the Final Fours and all that stuff, man. I just know the president of the game via other fans. But just for watching it, though, it's a pretty dope movie, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I say watch it with your family, watch it with your kids, man. It's a good story in it. The direct story or the indirect story that they want you to get is, you know, parents. We grew up differently than our kids. You know, we may have to try harder, or in a certain area we have to excel a little different from them. But once we make it to our point, don't forget to allow your kids the freedom to be themselves in their own creativity. You don't have to force your gift on them, but you allow them to manifest through your own, in their own, and create their own realm and still enjoy them and love them. I feel like it was dope. Like the Looney Tunes did a great job. I know they just CG and but the Looney Tunes reminded me of what Space Jam was about. Because at first LeBron was playing with the Looney Tunes, and you can see that they were trying to hoop like he hooped. Because he said, don't do anything loony, which was a key word. So they were trying to play like a real basketball player. But then when third quarter, when he allowed them to let loose, you start to see the nostalgia, Space Jam vibes with crazy Looney Tunes things, but you know, just crazy stuff. And that's what I expected with Space Jam. I got what I wanted at the last little bit. I honestly can't say that if you try to compare the two movies, there's no point in really doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can compare it and be like, yo, this Space Jam 1, this Space Jam 2, but it actually has a new title. Space Jam New Legacy. Not to forget the old one, but this is a new generation. It's been years. LeBron James said he was about 12 or 11 when this movie came out. I was about 10, maybe 11. So it's like, I'm talking about the original Space Jam. So it's like, you know, it's gonna be some things, because a lot of you guys, you know, go back and watch the first one, and I promise you were like, yo, the first one was cool, but the actor really wasn't that great. And you're gonna realize that the generation that we live in judges everything so critical without actually allowing things to resonate here. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how did you feel after watching the movie though? We worried about stuff that we're not paid to keep grips and cameramans. We're not paid anything, so we worried about his acting skill. Did you enjoy the movie? You know what I'm saying? My kids enjoyed it. They laughed. They enjoyed it. They even liked the Michael B. Jordan cameo that happened. They thought it was pretty funny because they recognized Michael B. Jordan because their dad watches Creed and I work out and I use his montages and stuff to motivate me. So they recognized him like, yo, that's Michael Jordan. Now, like, that's not the right one though. They want the bald head one. And he's so old, it probably wouldn't even be cool to put him in a movie to help out. But more of the story, I'm going to stop rambling. I just wanted to give a quick review. I would give it a 4 out of 5. Somebody said they give it a 1 out of 5. I give it a 4 out of 5 because there are room for improvement in certain areas, man. I feel like it was so many cameos of Warner Brother products that it somewhat took away from the movie. But at the same time, it was cool to look at. You know, it was cool to look at the different cameos, what Warner Brother has going on. Because this one was really a Warner Brothers, we're doing this movie. Notice that we got our own brand. Because a lot of stuff I didn't know was Warner. I didn't know that Iron Giant was owned by Warner. I didn't know that and these things probably was clear in the beginning of the movies, but you don't really think about the WB when you're watching these big titles, you're just watching them. So it makes me want to go back and look. Because, you know, over the past couple of months, we've been seeing a lot of Marvel and Disney. And they would show like, yo, at Warner, we have DC, we have Looney Tunes, we have all this. So, you know, it's kind of flexing, a little flex from Warner Bros. But dope movie. We'll watch it again with the fam. It wasn't bad. I hate to even associate it with saying it was a bad movie just because people that are 30 and plus, like, man, it's not like he used to. It'll never be. He can never top MJ. If you go back and watch the movie, you're gonna realize that MJ really wasn't the star in Space Jam 1. He was the basketball player that that was popping, but the Looney Tunes ran the game. When they got motivated and they got enthused, they did their thing. So Space Jam was really about them. They needed help in the first one, so they got Michael Jordan. LeBron James was having father-son issues, but at the same time, Bugs Bunny's whole crew had left and went to different areas in Warner Bros. They had, was it Layla or Lola Bunny? She was in, she was in Wonder Woman's world, trying to be an Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing their own thing, and Bugs Bunny was the only one left in Looney Tunes. He had substitute creatures and items to replace characters that used to be there. So in this point, he was trying to reunite the Looney Tunes to come back, and at this point, they needed to win, or they were going to be wiped out of existence. So, yeah. I'm going to leave room for you. Give me feedback in the comments, man. What you thought about it? What's your personal thoughts, man? Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button. Also, you can check my previous video. I got a lot of game reviews. I also do music video reviews. We're working on getting some copyright things took down so we can actually look at it and see my reactions. This is your boy, Broken Prodycal. Thank you for tuning in to Broken Reaction Game Review.